Welcome back to another episode of TVGP's We Roguelike It, the show where we play every roguelike in history. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpeer.
Stop it with the every roguelike in history. Like, seriously, we don't put out enough episodes to cover that amount of games.
I know, it's a very serious problem.
Yes.
And Monkey Senior.
Yo.
Here's our first week of Dead Cells. What platform are we all playing on? I'm on PS4. Monkey, what about you?
Steam?
Oh, we got the
Moon?
full round. Xbox One. We're only missing a Switch.
I would probably be playing on Switch if my left stick didn't have drift.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't currently had Animal Crossing glued into the starting.
Yeah. I've been playing a bunch of Isaac on Switch, and having drift in that game is real not good.
Yeah.
It's making some of those challenges bad. We're not here to talk about Isaac, unfortunately, but we are here to talk about Dead Cells, which we talked about last time. That we did a little bit of a choose your own game this time, sort of how we did on December of last year, and we came together and decided, hey, let's play some Dead Cells. And hey, that was a good choice. Dead Cells is still really good.
Yeah. So let's talk about the fact that this thing was like. It was renowned for its real tight controls when it first came out. Mm-hmm. And they put several huge patches out, and now there is DLC available. And oh boy, have those controls not gone downhill at all. It still feels just as good to play.
Yeah, I started a brand new save because I haven't played this in so long that I sort of wanted to get a fresh start on it.
I did as well.
And
I should have.
Oh, okay.
Because let me tell you about jumping into it after almost 2 years or whatever it is of not playing it. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I'm glad I did that because I was able to get all of the runes fairly quickly. Because it just like riding a bike again, where it's like, yeah, I know what all these enemies do. I know the controls. I pick it back up pretty quickly. But man, does this game feel great, but it feels so much better when you get that spider rune and you can start running up walls and triangle jumping, and oh, God, that feels so good.
Uh-huh.
I finished the game for the first time this week.
Yep, I saw that.
Same, exactly the same.
I managed to get a run where I had a colorless shield that I felt like I was playing Symphony of the Night when you get the Alucard shield and the shield rod where you just walk through stuff. This thing blocked all damage, shot out poison lightning while I'm blocking, reflected projectiles, and reflected, it was like 98% of damage that's incoming. So
you got a game-breaking item, basically.
Yeah, and like I haven't seen it again. I've played this a lot this week. I walked through that entire game, including the final boss. Like every time he would hit me, he's poisoned, he's taken a bunch of damage. Really no big deal. And I have been up to the final boss a number of other times and have gotten stepped on, and I wish I could find that shield again.
Yeah.
Me too.
So I did the same thing. I beat the game the first time ever this week. I was so confused by everything that was added. I don't know what the little downstairs door is. I don't know what the new big huge door is. I don't know what any of that stuff is.
Yeah, the sanctuary layout is totally different now, which is
so
crazy.
Confusing to me.
The downstairs door is great, by the way.
When does it open? I've tried opening it and it doesn't open.
You need to unlock your first costume.
Oh, okay. So
Interesting.
That makes sense. So okay.
That's where you switch your costume. So like, one of my favorite things is I think I've picked up 3 costumes so far.
Uh-huh.
And you know how you're in the sanctuary and you see all the glass jars of all the stuff you have to unlock. I went into the tailor, which I think that's what he's called downstairs. He has like 75 things up there, and I've unlocked 2 of them for costumes. And I was like, oh, great. Okay,
Nice.
cool, great. Fantastic.
Yep.
Thanks, Dead Cells.
So yeah, I mean, I had a decent run. It wasn't anything special. It wasn't anything too bad. Like I found an electric whip that had pretty solid damage. And
Love the electric whip.
I'm a big fan of specifically that whip. I hate the whip that brings them in. I hate the other stuff. I also got the pan. So it was one of these things where I could...
It's really good.
Yes. I could electric whip people like crazy, and then the second they got close, because the pan gives criticals to people who are facing you, I would just pan them to death. And it was like, cool, awesome.
Donk, donk,
I
donk.
found my build. I'm going to stick with that. A couple of traps here and there, and then it's just a case of, oh no, look at all of these new mutations. Look at all these weapons I have to unlock. All that stuff. And it's like, there's so much... stuff to unlock, and before I knew it, I was on the castle, and I'd fought 2 of the 3 bosses, so I got the keys required for the end boss, and I was like, no, I'm going to go fight the 3rd, just to, do it and go through that door and get the boomerang, which sucks. So I did that, and then I went and fought the last boss, and finished him so quickly.
Wow.
Like, so quick, and I was like, okay, so... patch definitely made it easier.
Yes.
Yeah. More fair.
Yes.
If not a little bit easier.
Definitely.
Especially from when I last played, because I last played in early access, so it was really hard back then.
Yeah, I couldn't even make it through the castle on the original launch. Like, if you didn't have an unbeatable just God build by that point, there's no way you were even getting through it. They just put out too much damage.
Yeah, it was Black Sea Odyssey levels of broken towards the end of the game. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely adjusted. The difficulty's definitely been ramped more fairly, I would say. Took me a while to remember all of my runes. Took me a while to remember about the downward smash, that kind of stuff. But then it's like riding an old bike. You come back to it, you get used to the dodge roll again, and it's just like, cool. Now I feel comfortable again. I went all the way through. I beat the last boss. I got my very first boss cell. It took me 3 runs to figure out how to activate said boss cell. And then it took me 2 runs to figure out how bad of an idea that was.
Yeah. One boss cell hard mode is really hard. And I was talking about it in the WRI channel on our Discord server. And a friend of the show, Mackie, said that it gets a lot easier once you've unlocked stuff, and which makes sense because that was like my 5th run, so I have virtually nothing unlocked.
Yep.
So it makes it even harder on the fact that you can't heal and fill your flask at the safe spot anymore. You can only fill 1 chug of your flask.
Yep.
And once you get past the first area on hard mode, it gets so much easier. But those invisible guys in that first area are just
star
the
throwing
worst.
guys.
Oh my god!
They have a predator shimmer that's barely visible. Like,
it's hard to see.
Give me a better visible predator shimmer, please.
Yeah,
I need it.
I spend a lot of time just slamming the floors and busting open doors in the hopes that I will stun them and make them show up. Which, by the way, huge props to the developers for putting in an option for me to turn off screen shake. I can play the game now for more than 1 or 2 runs.
Yay.
That's really great.
Nice.
Thank you. That much appreciated. Because boy, did that mess with my head before. What else? Has anyone run into an item called the Boy's Axe?
No.
Nope.
It's the axe from the most recent God of War game, where you throw it out, it sticks in enemies, and you attack again, and it recalls, so it does damage going into an enemy and coming back out. That was a really solid
What platform are you playing on?
PS4.
There you go.
I don't know if it's exclusive or not. I'd be pretty bummed out. I would be pretty disappointed to hear that there was exclusive content.
Yeah, but it wouldn't
in any game.
me.
Yeah.
What about you, Monkey? How did you do with your fresh start?
I got to the final boss a few times, but I was never able to beat him.
Yep.
He's pretty hard. Like, all my runs that I get to him, I have a fairly easy run getting to him, but just once I get to him, just like I don't know what to do. Basically,
yeah.
He just
especially that push
damage.
move he has, where it seems like he's very tall.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
but the weapon you get for beating him is really good.
I don't like that at all. I hate that weapon. Just don't get me wrong, it's huge and it's got a massive AoE kind of thing going on. I don't like slow moving weapons. For lack of a better way to phrase this, I'm a ninja. I like up quick, move away, up quick, move away, move away. I hate the broadswords in this game. Like I don't like that big lumbering heavy hitter slow mover because I always feel like I have to wait for the animation to finish, despite the fact that I have played Dark Souls and I am good at like dodge canceling moves. I still suck when it comes to big heavy weapons.
Yeah,
the secret trick of that weapon though is you can attack immediately after coming out of a roll by timing it right.
Okay.
And he does like a really long reach lunge with it that's really fast.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm fairly the same way, but I've in recent years, like just in general in games, I've been trying to get more used to like the slow, heavy hitting weapons. And just to like change it up for like my past years of just doing speed build, you know.
Is that because, like me, you feel like you could be a knifey guy in real life, but you know full well you'd never like hold a hammer that's the same size as your face and hit someone successfully with it?
Yeah.
Awfully specific, but I like it. Plus, in Dead Cells, the dual daggers are just so strong.
Yeah, and the Assassin's Blade has always forever been one of my favorite weapons in that game because I like to roll through enemies and stab them in the back, and the Assassin's Blade does criticals when you attack from the back. So
yeah. One of the interesting things that I'm not really meaning to do in this playthrough is I'm sort of being a little more choosy on what I unlock. Like, one of the earliest items you pick up is the Spartan Boots, and it's only 5 cells to unlock. But I remember really not liking it, so maybe I'll save that for much later and kind of keep my item pool pretty strong right now.
Yeah, the Spartan Boots are good for walls.
Yeah.
That's true.
The one time I've used them, I actually really like them, but I've never picked them up again, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I prefer the climbing boots if we're talking about boots, because they've got the spikes on the bottom. And they do critical and stun if you interrupt an attack with them. So
that's true.
Helpful.
Yeah. Is the Explorer's Intuition rune a new one?
Is that the one you get for using the map?
I think so.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember it being in the original. And I really like it because a lot of times I think it only activates once you've cleared like 95% of the map. But I like that it's just like, all right, you didn't find the chest. It's all the way up here in a direction you just forgot to go. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just teleport over there, scoop this guy up. Hopefully about 40 enemies don't spill out of it, because boy, that ended one run pretty badly. And hopefully I get something good.
I don't even think I have the Explorer's Room.
Boy, yeah, I don't even remember where I got it from.
I don't either.
Yeah, it's one of those things I feel like I got it really early, and I was like, what's this thing? And it obviously doesn't explain anything. And then it kicked in a couple times. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, now I get it. All right.
Yeah, and I don't understand what the classic shop or whatever it is where you get the blueprint grenade at the start of each run. I don't know what the half of the stuff in that thing is anymore.
I remember reading about the blueprint grenade back when it came out when I was playing it originally. And I was like, I feel like I will never get that deep into this game where I need to like farm for blueprints.
I tested it and it worked and I got a blueprint from it. But
nice.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Any final thoughts here for Dead Cells?
I love the music.
Yes.
Especially the first stage's music. I'm like, like
I forgot how good the music is.
I get that stuck in my head all the time now. Just
I mean, sound effects are solid. The game still looks really great. Like, I think a lot of people discounted it as like, oh, it's just like a pixel platformer, roguelike, whatever. But there's really great lighting. The animations are really, really good. I even like how text displays. Like it's a really good game.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah. Like, and animation wise as well, like it just looks beautiful in motion. Like it's one of those things that, I mean, don't get me wrong, it can get a bit sparkly, lights, everything hitting you in the eyeballs all at the same time when there's a lot of enemies at the same time. But even with that, like in motion, it just looks incredible.
Mm-hmm. It feels great to play.
Yes, I like this game. I'm glad we did this game.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad we came back to it because I feel like the difficulty and kind of the wherever I was when the game first came out was sort of like, yeah, Dead Cells is great, and I played for a while and then just hit a huge brick wall and couldn't progress at all.
Yeah.
So my goal right now is just unlock a whole bunch of stuff to maybe make it a little bit easier on hard mode and kind of try and do that.
Yeah.
But at least now I know how to open some of those random doors around the levels. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, the stupid one cell doors.
Yeah. Yeah, now I was like, oh, all right, cool, that's how you open them. Oh, there's doors with 4 cell symbols on them. That's not great.
Yeah.
Everything is terrible. You're right.
I may or may not have been looking into like what exactly 4 cells mode is. No.
Real bad.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Monkey, you've got 3 weeks from today to
a cell a week.
A cell a week should do.
Oh my god.
Right. Nice and easy. All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and we'll see you all next run.
Bye. See you.
Bye.